10 strange trees you didn't know existed. Even though this is Earth, some trees look like they're from another planet. Did you know about trees that can kill? Or the ones that look like they're upside down? You may not see these on your drive home, but these trees are very much real. And in today's video, we're going to introduce the 10 strange trees you didn't know existed. So buckle in and get ready for an educational lesson on trees. Number 1, Sandbox Trees. Sandbox trees are not the friendliest of trees. In fact, they might just be aggressive ones with an agenda to kill. And no, we're not declaring them murderers just because of their spikes. These trees are in fact very explosive. Oh yeah, you heard that right, these trees are explosive. Their bark is littered with spikes, which makes climbing them literally impossible. As for their seed pods, they're pumpkin-shaped capsules that, get this, explode when ripe. The seeds can shoot at up to the speed of 160 miles per hour and drop somewhere 100 feet away. So you really don't want to be walking by one of them. You can never know when you might be taken out by a seed. Back in the day, the tree sap was used to make poison arrowheads. And let's not forget just how tall these suckers can run, about 200 feet tall. Number 2, Dragon's Blood Tree. Enough about explosive trees. What about trees that are nice? Well, meet the Dragon's Blood Tree. Unfortunately, this tree has nothing to do with dragon's blood, but it gets its name from the dark red sap it produces. The tree's berries produce a resin of the same color, one that looks like that of a mystical dragon's blood. To make matters more interesting, the tree has a unique shape. It almost looks like an upturned umbrella in a windstorm. And if you still think that the tree needs to be more interesting, well, prepare for this. The dragon's blood tree grows new leaves all at once. The old ones are shedded while the mature leaves shoot up to their place. This happens every 3 to 4 years. Number 3, Boab Prison Tree. The Boab Prison Tree looks like something from the backyard of a witch. Unfortunately, the thing exists in real life, right in Western Australia. As for the unique name, the tree can thank the local folklore. Apparently, the European settlers taking over the land at the time were using the tree to imprison native Australians. The story has long been proven true, but that doesn't make the tree any less strange. All thanks to its unique branching structure that looks more like a root system unearthed than a canopy. This is why they're sometimes called the upside-down tree. Boabs are also called the bottom trees and the tree of life. They have a unique trunk, swollen specifically with a lifespan of almost 2,000 years. The tree's superfruit has proven to be useful on several occasions. Not only is it the rich source of antioxidants, calcium, and magnesium eaten by the natives, but it's also used for medicine for several ailments. Number 4, the Tree of Life. The Boab Prison Tree may have been called the Tree of Life, but here's the real one. Everyone knows that trees need water and sunlight to grow. So the idea of a tree growing in a place without any water source sounds almost impossible. But the Tree of Life exists a surprise. The tree is almost 400 years old, so it's been surviving without the essential commodity for a long time. Societies have a few theories as to why that may be. The common conclusion is that the tree has some very deep roots to access underground water reservoirs. If you look at the folklore, the tree is regarded as the site of the Garden of Eden, which explains its ability to survive in unusual conditions. Putting aside the mystery of the tree, one thing's for sure, it looks absolutely beautiful, inhabiting the barren landscape. Number 5, the Rainbow Eucalyptus. Now this is a tree that's been named accurately. The tree looks completely like a rainbow, even though some of you watching may find it hard to believe. The bark shows off a naturally orange tint, and a beautiful array of colors is revealed underneath when it sheds in long strips. You'll find reds, oranges, mottled purples, and pale greens. Unfortunately, there are only a few of these beauties out there. You can find some outside Australia, while the only one naturally growing is in the northern hemisphere. These trees grow quite long, reaching almost up to 20 feet. Their pulpwood is widely used for making white paper. They're also heavily planted as ornamental trees in forest-free climates like South California and Hawaii. Number 6, Baobab Trees. If anyone can climb the Baobab trees, don't doubt their climbing skills. These trees are an astonishing 100 feet tall, with trunks running 36 in diameter, so you can imagine why climbing it is an absolute nightmare. To make matters more interesting, the 100-foot trunk is not completely covered with branches or leaves. You'll only find them towards the top, giving them that distinct look you could recognize from anywhere. It's even called the upside-down tree since the top almost looks like a root system. Trees of this species have been carbon dated back to almost 1,275 years. As for what makes their trunks so thick, well, it's because they store water. The older versions of the Baobab tree have hollow trunks, one that's formed by the fusion of multiple stems over the years. Interestingly, the tree's fruit can also be used to make a mean drink. Number 7. Deadvlei Trees. Not all trees are living. Some trees are dead. Yeah, you heard it right. Don't believe us? Well, you can head on over to Namib's Deadvlei, also known as the Dead Marsh, and see the camel thorn trees for yourself. These trees are dead, but they don't actually seem to die. Why is that? Well, the region is extremely hot, and these trees can't really decompose because of the unbearable heat, despite the fact that some of these are due for rotting for 600 to 700 years now. As for how did they grow in the first place? Well, the camel thorns flourished in a shallow pool of water left by the river flood. But with the floodwater drying up, there was hardly a chance of them surviving, condemning them to this fate. Number 8. The chained oak. Even though it may be hard to digest, the chained oak tree is in fact covered in chains. However, don't get the wrong impression. These didn't grow there by themselves. It all dates back to the 19th century when Earl refused to help out a woman. Naturally, the woman puts a curse on him. For every branch that falls from the tree, a member of his family will die. Coincidentally, a branch fell and a member of his family died. So to save the rest of his family, Earl had the tree chained up. You can see it for yourself as it's located in Alton, England. Number 7. Wollemi Pine. Humans have known about the Wollemi Pine since 1994. Why are we mentioning that? Well, up until that point, the trees were considered long extinct, since the only proof of their existence was in fossil form, which, mind you, dated back some 200 million years ago. Leaf and cone fragments date all the way back to the Jurassic period. This is why the tree is called a living fossil. So we're essentially living with a tree that was around in the Jurassic time period. How cool is that? The Wollemi Pine neared extinction once again when bushfire burned most of the Wollemi National Park during the 2019 to 20 fire season, but the military swooped in, saving them from their doomed fate. As for their appearance, the trees ran up to 130 feet long. They feature a dark reddish-brown bark that has spongy nodules, giving it that bubbly appearance. Number 10. General Sherman. General Sherman is the largest single-stem tree on the planet. The trees can reach over 250 feet in length and measure 20 feet in diameter. Now, some of you who know your trees would argue that there are trees out there with higher numbers. Well, that's true. General Sherman is not the widest or the largest tree on the planet, but it's the largest in the sense that it has an overall mass of 2.5 million pounds. Naturalist John Muir sometimes calls the tree simply the Big Tree, which we would say is an accurate nickname. Alright, that's a wrap for this video. Which of these trees is your favorite? Have you ever seen any of these in real life? Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe to our channel for more videos. Bye now.